Hey friends, happy Friday, May the 17th, day 207 of experiencing God. How have you experienced God today? So today I experienced God through a vision that came to fruition. And so last Saturday, I was in my house and I was just working, and really quickly the Lord gave me a vision. Now you might not know what that means, so let me explain it. A lot of times when God speaks to me, he shows me a picture of something, a person, a place, a thing, me doing something. And so I'll get this really quick picture and then it's gone. And it can be so quick sometimes you're like, did I think that on my own or was that from God? But anytime that happens, it's an invitation for me to ask God, hey, am I supposed to be part of that? And so last Saturday, I had this very quick vision. And it was a vision of me downtown in a park with a bunch of trailers. Not trailers you live in, like trailers you pull behind a truck that people live in, like camper trailers. And so this weekend coming up, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're having the Potato Festival in our hometown. And I knew when I saw those that particular park and those trailers are the people who work the fair, the little carnival that we have for the Potato Festival. I've seen it there, many years. They take their camper trailers, they pull them up in that parking lot. They have these long shower buses, bathroom buses, all those kinds of things, and they park them in that park. And so I thought I was supposed to ask a precious friend of mine to go with me. And so I texted her and I was like, hey, this was last Saturday. I was like, hey, what if next Friday, we go downtown and minister to the people who work that festival, before they get going? And she was like, yeah, sure, let's do that. And so I've been praying about it a little bit this week, not a ton, but I feel like that's what God wanted us to do. And so we ordered some biscuits and we packed up some biscuits and some invitation cards for church. We're having church down there this weekend. And we went on our way. And so we got to the park this morning, and at first I felt like we should go a little earlier, but then within the last couple of days, I felt like the Lord said 9:00. And so we met at 9 and we went downtown. And when we got to that very particular area, there were not a lot of people out yet. They weren't out of the campers yet, but we went anyway. And so we went into this, it's kind of like a little village of camper trucks. And so we went into this little village and we prayed for two girls. And then I saw another lady out. And so we crossed almost the whole length of this space they have and in this park. And we get to the end and there's this lady there and two other guys are with her. And so we ask them their names and we give them some biscuits and we pray for them. And as we do that, people just start coming. It was like a group of people, maybe 10 people, started kind of flooding around. It got kind of busy. And so we began to minister to people and we loved on people. And there was people from all over the world. I think there was a guy from New Zealand or Australia. There's people from all over. And so many of them already knew Jesus, but they needed encouragement. And we prayed for them. And there was this one particular man there, and he was he wasn't kind of indifferent to us being there. And so we ministered to him for a little while, and I let the ladies I was with continue to minister to him, and I went and prayed with someone else. And I came back because as he was sharing with us, the Lord gave me a word for him. And so I shared that word with him, and one of the ladies prayed for him. And when she did, I saw the Lord touch his hands. I saw the power of God on him. And I asked him, he was very hard at first, but he was kind of coming around. And I said, did you feel the power of God on your hands? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, listen, I can tell no one's going to push you into anything. But if you will ask God tonight when you go to bed to reveal himself to you, to make himself known to you, he will. And he just shook his head. And I was like, Lord, thank you. Thank you for the seed sown to this man today, that you showed him you loved him and that he knows, he knows you saw him today. And so it was so cool today to go down there and minister to those people. All I had was a quick vision. It was so much more than I could have imagined, right? But I had this very quick vision from the Lord. And so sometimes, God doesn't give us the whole picture. He gives us a little piece. But it takes our faith to act on what he's shown us. Anytime God shows us something like that, gives us a vision, gives us a direction, it's our faith that moves God. It's our faith that unlocks the things of God. And so I could have been very easy to discard what I saw, that was just me and my mind, whatever. But thankfully, I went and I was obedient. And because of that, we prayed. We handed out 20 biscuits, but we prayed for many people, and many people felt the love of God today. And it was so encouraging. So I want to encourage you, don't discard the little nudges in your spirit, the little pictures in your spirit. Don't discard that. Act on faith. There is a reward when you do that. Heaven moves when you act on faith. I love you guys. I hope you have a great Friday.